Hey y'all, I'm Christian. Welcome to Carolina Girls TV. Today I was going to talk about some of the weird and cool teachers and substitute teachers I've had through over time. One teacher I had absolutely hated me. For the record, I'm not going to say any names, just so no one finds them. Alright, so it was a math teacher. She absolutely hated me with every fiber of her being. I'm not gonna lie. I remember she was kind of a bully to me. I really hope she never finds this video and figures out it's her. But we were watching a video one time, and in this video, this girl, I'm not saying anything against the girl, because I mean, it is a costume she had on, but she had this big headgear and glasses like this. And she looked straight at me and I was like, "Oh, Christian, is that you?" I'm like, whoa, what? I'm sorry. Another time, some kid was throwing paper at me and I would just like keep pushing her like, "Dude, please stop." And she came up to us and said, "Do y'all need to go outside and play?" I'm like, I wasn't, and she's like, no. "Do you need to go outside?" I'm like, no. She's like, "Good," and walked away. I'm like, that's not my fault. He was the one who was annoying me. I did nothing. Another teacher I had was in English. He was actually really cool. While most people in the class, when they were talking or on their phones or doing something they weren't supposed to, he would get upset with them and he moved people's desks. He took people's phones, whatever. But me and Sadie, for some reason, he did not care. We could be on our phones, talking, whatever we were doing. He would just be like, "Nah," and walk away. Because we got our work done, so he was kind of just like, "Whatever, y'all can do what y'all want." One weird substitute teacher experience I've had was one time a substitute teacher barked at someone in our class. Yep. You heard right. She barked. Someone was talking in class, and she came up behind them and leaned in and went, "Oh!" And they jumped. She said, "Well, you scared me with your talking, so I decided to scare you." I'm like, first of all, I don't think their talking constantly scares you because it's not a sudden thing. Second of all, that's just weird. A more recent thing was we had this really attractive male sub, and every girl in the class, at least, I don't know about any guys, but they thought he was really attractive. And one girl decided to take a picture of him. She didn't realize her flash was on, so he saw her taking a picture. Awkward. I had another teacher that would just set us up on a computer. We had assigned computers in this class. We just sat there and did work the whole time, and she just sat at her desk and did nothing. She did nothing. And I mean nothing. She would put like these stupid assignments through this website that were completely meaningless, and we had already we should know this by now, like it's second grade stuff. She's like, "Yep, y'all do it." She never taught us a thing. We had to learn everything ourselves. I'm like, you're a teacher. You're supposed to do the teaching. I had another teacher one time it was a computer teacher. You would think a teacher would get mad if a student broke a computer, right? Well, not her, because one kid in our class threw the computer mouse at the screen, broke the screen, told her, and she said, "Oh, thank you for telling me," and gave him extra credit or something like that, rewarded him. I'm just like, so what? He told you. He still broke the computer. Aren't you gonna do something about that? Now, the first interesting Spanish teacher I'm gonna talk about. First of all, okay, it's not really him that was the problem. It was where I sat in his class. I sat by two of the most annoying boys in my class ever, and they would just sit there and whisper really weird things in my ear to annoy me, and they were like, oh, I know you're gonna laugh, I know you're gonna laugh. I'm just sitting there, I'm like, no, I'm really not, because you're annoying me. And they'd be like, so how's One Direction? And I'd be like, I wish I had the confidence to tell them to shut up, because they were really annoying. Another teacher we had got fired because of a video that she wasn't even there to show us. Okay, so she was out one day, so she borrowed a movie from one of the, like, okay, I'm in middle school at this point, but my school had kindergarten through 8th grade, so she borrowed a movie from one of the elementary school teachers about bullfighting, and she hadn't seen it, so she didn't know exactly what was on it. But okay, we didn't have a sub, but we had another Spanish teacher listening in to our class to make sure we're okay. So we had this movie on, and then all of a sudden the scene where this lady is having a dream where she's bullfighting naked, which is weird to begin with, you know, and I don't blame my teacher at all, because she had no idea. But this one kid in our class goes, oh my god! And the other Spanish teacher comes running in like, what's happening, what's happening? She sees the screen. End of the story is, our Spanish teacher got fired, and she was one of the best Spanish teachers I've ever had. She was so cool. And she got fired because one of the kids in my class was not mature. And like, okay, we know it's weird. And a lot of people were already talking, but he didn't have to scream. Like, it's not like it's her fault. Right. And the Spanish teacher that was listening in on us, I've had her as a teacher as well. She was an animal lady. She had all kinds of farm animals. She had like a donkey and a bunch of chickens and stuff like that. I don't know what, I think she has like a miniature pony too. Sometimes she would bring her animals into school, especially her chickens. I think she had one named Fifi, which is, I don't know what kind of chickens those are, but you know, the really fluffy ones. She would bring it in to school. And one time she, like, her chicken had, you know, laid eggs and they had hatched, so she brought the 2 babies in and just let them walk around the classroom. Like it's the most normal thing in the world. The camera cut off before I could finish. The last thing I was talking about was one of my Spanish teachers was originally from England, but she has lived literally everywhere. Spain, Australia, Kenya. She has lived in Argentina. Some of the stories she said about Africa were, one time at her school, a lion ran through the halls, and the classrooms didn't have doors, so imagine how scary that must have been. Another one was, there's this bug that looks kind of like a ladybug, except for it doesn't have spots. If it lands on you, do not flick it away or blow on it, because if it bites you, it's kind of got acidic poison or whatever, and it kind of rots your flesh. And she had like stuff all over her stomach for a long time. It took a while to, you know, heal and cure. And the last teacher I'm going to talk about is an art teacher I've had. She has had, you know, she had the attention span of a nut, as my friend says. You could be standing right by her, and she will see you, and you're waiting to have a conversation with her. You're waiting for her to finish with somebody else. She'll get finished. She'll walk away, like she never saw you. You could be raising your hand for hours, and she would never come for you. Maybe not hours, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but she knew nothing about technology either. You could be sitting there, no, you gotta close that out first before you can take out the flash drive. You could be doing, nope. She does not hear you. But I think that is all. That is all what I'm going to talk about today. If you want to hear more of my crazy teacher stories, hit the thumbs up. I will be filming another video soon as possible. It's another soap review video I ordered from Lovely Soaps. I just have not gotten my order in yet. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be in because then I get a tracking number. But I will film that as soon as possible. It probably won't be tomorrow though, or even probably Saturday, because I'm going camping tomorrow, and I possibly am doing winter guard stuff on Saturday. So yeah, but I'll film as soon as possible. Also, Tyson has become the junior varsity captain for winter guard. So I'll congratulate her. Good job, Tyson. I think that's all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.